Hey there, Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 167 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about financial goals, key indicator number 7, and it is insurance. Types of insurance. Do you have insurance? How do you feel? What do you think about insurance? Do you think it's important? I personally think insurance is very, very important, and only because I had a huge lesson learned about 13 years ago. When I had a sudden cardiac arrest. I had insurance, of course, but I didn't have enough insurance coverage to cover the huge expenses that I incurred. Just my share of the insurance was in the 6-figure range, and so it was an interesting lesson learned. So why insurance? Why do we want to have insurance? We want to protect our assets and our investments. We want to ensure financial security for the people we love and care about and ourselves. We want to make sure that we're covered in the event of a catastrophe or an emergency, either a physical one or our health one or something outside of our control like the COVID pandemic. We talked about that yesterday with respect to having an emergency fund. I personally was not prepared, or I had not planned or ever even thought of or dreamt up the stuff that would have happened with the COVID-19 pandemic and how it impacted us. Fortunately for me, I did have insurance. I did have some contingency plans. I did have some things in place. And even though they didn't specifically cover the pandemic, they still helped me see it through the tide of craziness that was the fallout of that pandemic, and still continues to be. I mean, a lot of what's going on now politically is fallout from that particular maneuver. So health and related financial risks, we want to reduce those. We want to mitigate those, and then support our business community. We want to make sure that we are not being a drain on taxpayers or anything else, because we can take care of ourselves, because we've got plans and insurance policies in place to take care of us in the case of an emergency. We had a couple really bad storms go through here and through my area, the area I live in. A couple of years ago, we had huge hailstorms. So everybody was getting new roofs and siding, just about everyone around us through this streak of where the storm traveled. And then this winter, at the end of winter, we had a huge ice storm, and it was so heavy and so much snow, it broke off literally probably millions of trees and tree branches that had to be cleaned up and dealt with. But fortunately for us, we have good homeowners insurance, and it took care of that for us. So what are some types of insurance? Probably familiar with most, if not all of these: life insurance, health insurance, auto insurance, homeowner and renter insurance. I know a lot of people that don't have renter's insurance, but guess what? If something happens to the place you're renting, the building gets covered by the person that owns it, the home or the apartment, whatever, but guess what? None of your contents is covered. You have to have a separate policy, renter's insurance, for that. And then, of course, there's business insurance, there's umbrella policies. I'm sure there are all kinds of policies and different types of insurance that I've never even heard of. There's pet insurance now. There never was pet insurance when I was younger and had lots of pets. But now there's things like pet insurance. There's probably, well, now if you've gone to buy any type of a device or electronic device, you can get insurance for every piece of electronics that you get. You know, it's an upsell for all of these stores, because it's just another revenue stream. And I personally think of insurance as, you know, legalized gambling, because we're betting against something bad well, we are betting actually that something bad will happen when we buy insurance, and the insurance companies are using all of their knowledge and all of their data and all their information, betting against us in that nothing bad will happen, right? That's how they make billions and probably trillions by now of dollars in that particular industry. So what is our action item today? Today, think about and evaluate the types of insurance you have or don't have that maybe you should have. And don't be embarrassed if you don't have renter's insurance. I remember when I first found out about renter's insurance, I didn't even know there was such a thing. But we want to make sure that we're doing things that can protect us. So we're not really betting that something bad's going to happen, but we're going to buy insurance to protect ourselves, because it's better to be safe than sorry in many situations. That's our idiom for today for Supersize Your Business. That's it. Tomorrow we've got one more financial key performance indicator, or key indicator for financial goals, and then we are going to pop into a couple of different topics, and after that we will go into our goal process. So I'm encouraging you to start thinking now, what is one financial goal that you want to run through our process for 7 days. We're going to run through it step by step by step by step. Pick the one that you really want to nail this month, okay? Or this year, not this month, but this year. Pick the goal to cover this month that you really want to nail with respect to your finances. So I say, pick a big one. Pick and shoot for a big one, and let's go through the process and get you started in achieving that goal. Questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Have a fantastic Friday.